let's try to add some audio to this now. I think we'll start with the explosion on the game over because I think that's easier. So let's go to main.js, and the audio is very similar to what we do with the images here. We're going to create an audio element and we're going to set its source to be one of the sounds. Okay, so let's just do that down here. I'm going to go let explosion sound. Sure, let's just go let explosion be assigned document.create element, and we want to make an audio element. So JavaScript is able to create elements and then we can use them. JavaScript also has, we can add them to the page if we want to, but JavaScript also has properties that can control audio elements. There's a play and a pause function that we can use. And then explosion.source is going to be assigned, and we want to look at the sound folder for explosion.wave. Okay, and I'm just going to copy and paste these, and we will rename this to propeller, and propeller, and then the sound file is called propeller as well, .wave. Okay, so there's the image, there's the explosion audio, the propeller audio, and then the mouse is pressed. And these only have to happen once, right? I only need to load that sound once. JavaScript will be in charge of playing those sounds. And then these global variables are the ones that we want to reset. Okay, good. So now that we've got those elements created and we've set the source of those elements, there's seriously propeller dot play, I think, is all we have to do. So actually explosion is what we're going to start with, sorry. So when we go to the game over function right here, before we set the timeout, we want the explosion to happen right away. So let's go right here, explosion dot play. And state is game over and timeout. I think that's as easy as that. Let's try it. Here we go, and bam, that's our explosion sound. Make sure you can hear that. Game over, and then it resets. Cool. Okay, now the other sound, that one we want to do, oh yeah, this is where, this one I was a little, when I built this, I wasn't sure whether I should put it inside the mouse down handler or if we should do it in the move heli, right, if the mouse is pressed. Doing it here, this happens a lot actually, right, because this is going 60 frames per second. So if we were to try to play the propeller sound here, it just acts really weird. I can't remember exactly what happened. You can try it if you want. But a better thing to do here is that this event listener, right, this code inside of here just happens once when the mouse is down, right? So that's a better time to play the sound. So I'm going to do that down here, play propeller sound, and we'll go propeller.play. Right? So every time I'm kind of, not when I hold it down, but every time I click the mouse down, it'll play the sound. Now this isn't going to be great, but there's something else we have to do, but let's see what it does. Okay, so what's happening here is that the sound, I think, is a couple of seconds long. So when I let go of it, it's still playing. Oh, wow. So what I want to do basically is every time I press the mouse down again, right, I want to let go of it, it should stop playing. Oh, actually, that's a good place to start, actually. I just said that. When I let go of it, mouse out, up, I want to stop playing. So I should go propeller.pause. Okay? Let's see what that does. That's a really easy one. Okay, but you see what's happening is that you can imagine that the audio file has like a track, right? It starts here and plays here. Every time I hold the mouse, it plays a little bit, and then I let go. And then I press it again and it plays a little bit. to fix that, we want to go propeller. Oh, let's see if I remember. Set current time. Set time. Let me just check my notes here to double check what it is. I could Google it too. Oh, it's not set current time. It's just current time is assigned 0. So every time I hit mouse down, I want to go back to the beginning of the audio track and then play it, right? Because what it was doing was it was playing and then playing and playing and playing and kind of stopping in between. So we want to set the current time to 0 and play it again. And I think I didn't save it. Yep, there's my little dot. Save it, and now let's try it. Yeah, see, so now the sound is consistent because it's always playing the sound, the beginning of the audio file. And the longer I hold it, the farther along it gets on that track. 0. And I could have maybe found better audio tracks. I don't know if I like this propeller sound, but it's better than nothing. And then when I crash, bam, explosion. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to stop there, and I think I'm going to stop, period. This will be my last video. You guys, whoops, I wanted to click there. You guys will be in charge of distance and best. You'll need some variables for that, right? The distance, I would just, every frame, I would add 1 to the distance, right? Every frame, hey, you went an extra frame, great, +1. Another frame, +1. Another frame, +1, to keep track of your distance. And then, of course, you'll have to reset that at the end. And then your best you can do by keeping track of each round. You'll say, hey, was my distance better than the best? If it was, let's update it. All right, so just using variables to keep track of distance and best. The other thing you should do is speed the walls up, right? And they can speed up by the same amount. All the walls can maybe have a shared speed variable or something like that. And you'll increase that speed slowly so it doesn't get too hard too fast. And then collision detection, of course, right? So make these walls speed up, get it so that if you collide with them, it does the game over. And speed up, collision, and then the distance and the best. And that'll be a functioning helicopter game. And if you have any other features or any other things you want to do, go for it. Okay, I hope you found that very instructional. Really nothing crazy new. The object stuff, right, when we do our reset, storing variables as objects can be very useful, just kind of grouping variables together. The biggest thing is the functions, right? All these different functions we made to keep things organized and more efficient, right, that we can reuse that code. So hopefully you find that's better in your projects too, so you can make your projects a lot more organized as they get bigger. Also the audio stuff, maybe you learned some of that, some of the gravity stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you found that very instructional and have fun finishing off this project and using the skills that you learned here in other projects. All right. Thanks a lot and take care.